on Worcester News tonight, a man is killed after heavy wind gusts caused a tree to fall on a car in Oxford. Plus, wind gusts ripping through central Massachusetts today. We'll take a look at the damage. Thanks for joining us. I'm Catherine Andrioli. We're hearing more on a deadly crash killing a 50-year-old man in Oxford today after heavy winds caused a tree to fall on his car. The road was closed down for several hours today. Our Cam Jandro has the latest.
Tragedy strikes in Oxford as a man is killed by a tree early Thursday afternoon in what police are calling a freak accident.
Just in the wrong place at the wrong time. I mean, if he had been traveling a little bit faster or a little bit slower, the tree may have missed him. It was one of those things.
The man, who police believe is in his 50s, was driving along Sutton Avenue when part of an oak tree broke off, crushing both him and his vehicle.
They were able to get him out of the car. Some of the bystanders that were there, and when they pulled him out, they started CPR immediately to no avail.
Police and fire departments from surrounding communities were on scene throughout the afternoon. Central Massachusetts was under a wind advisory for most of the day, with gusts reaching upwards of 50 miles per hour. Police say they do believe the wind was a factor in the accident.
Preliminary indications are it is just unfortunate that the tree, with the high winds in the area that we had all day long, just got pushed over and into the roadway.
Now, details on the accident are still very limited at this time. Police did say the man is from Sutton. However, they will not be releasing his identity until all loved ones and family members have been contacted. Catherine?
Thank you, Cam. Heavy wind gusts across central Massachusetts Thursday caused serious damage and kept first responders busy. Many trees and wires came down throughout the day. Our Olivia Lemon has a closer look at that damage.
William and Paula Brunel say they heard a loud crash outside their home Thursday morning.
We came and looked outside and the tree had fallen on my car and my fence.
The wind was howling across central Massachusetts, knocking trees and wires down. A large tree fell from their neighbor's yard on Marcy Street in Worcester. It was blocking a portion of the road.
I went under the tree to see if anybody was under there. It's a very busy street that school buses go down the street all the time. It's a busy side street.
The Brunels say thankfully no one was hurt and their car sustained minimal damage.
Oh no, I parked the car in the wrong place. I should have backed up 2 more feet. The car would have been totaled and I get a new Mustang.
According to the National Weather Service, Worcester reached gusts of more than 40 miles per hour. Auburn Fire Chief Stephen Coleman says they responded to about 15 calls in a 2-hour time frame.
Trees on houses, trees on cars, trees across the roadway. In one instance, we had a power line that came down in front of a home, started a small mulch fire. Chief
Coleman says in these situations, the #1 concern is electrical issues.
When we have live lines down in yards, down in streets, we have a real concern that the public doesn't approach those.
Olivia Lemon, Worcester News Tonight.
The old Worcester County Courthouse has extended its deadline for interested developers. The property has been on the market for several months. The deadline for developers to submit letters of interest was on Wednesday. The city now saying high interest in the property has prompted them to extend that deadline until March 10th. The city hopes to revitalize the property, and the building was bought for $1.2 million in April of 2015 before that agreement was terminated in December of 2015. Webster Police arrest 2 people yesterday for possession of crack cocaine and other drug paraphernalia. Police say they seized 40 prescription pills along with more than 9 grams of crack cocaine at a residence on East Main Street. 43-year-old Patrick Evans and 34-year-old Amanda Angers were charged with possession of a Class B substance. Authorities say they were executing a search warrant at the home when the 2 showed up and were arrested.
The detectives were surprised that they had that on them. In the car, but it just goes to show that, the level of dealing that's going on is consistent with kind of what the investigation revealed, and they did a great job getting it off the street.
And the 2 are facing charges due to their close proximity to a school zone. Police say yesterday's arrest was the result of a drug investigation taking place over several months. The town of Webster is looking to add a deputy police chief to the police department. The process of how to do that is causing a dispute between town officials and the police force. Our Andy Madison has the story.
Webster's police department has been without a deputy police chief since last year. It's a position the department would like filled, and it requires an appointment by town administrator Doug Willardson.
The police chief and I meet fairly frequently, and I met with the executive board of the police union as well. And we just voiced our concerns, and in a way we agreed to disagree, but that's where we stand.
The two sides are at issue over how to find the next deputy police chief. The department's police chief and police union thinks the position should be filled internally, as it has always been done. And Lieutenant Michael Shaw has emerged as the leading candidate.
I'm not comfortable with that, having just being brand new. I don't know these people. It's my professional responsibility to know that we're getting the best candidate for the position.
Willardson feels looking outside the police department for a new deputy police chief is a viable option, one the police union is taking issue with. They expressed these concerns at a recent meeting, and in a statement to Worcester News Tonight, Union President James Hoover said, quote, "Based upon the Board of Selectmen and town administrators' discussion, we now feel we have additional concerns that we need to investigate further. At this time, our attorneys are exploring any and all legal options available to our local and its members that have been indirectly impacted during Monday's meeting."
They're just watching out for one of their own, and I fully expect that. So I'm actually very pleased that they are supporting their internal candidate and that they seem to like him.
In January, the International Brotherhood of Police Officers Union sent this letter to the town administrator outlining why Lieutenant Shaw should be appointed to the position, and that it was put to a vote by the union, and the result was overwhelmingly in favor of Lieutenant Shaw. Willardson says he hopes to name a deputy chief of police within the next several months. How they go about doing that is still up for debate.
I need to do my due diligence and make sure that he'll be the best person for the town.
A popular soup restaurant opened its second location in Massachusetts today, right here in Worcester. Zoop held its grand opening today on Main Street. The popular chain offers a variety of fresh soups and salads and sandwiches, including gluten and dairy-free options. The owner says he's thrilled to open a Worcester location and add to the revitalization of downtown.
Be a really good fit with where we see the whole revitalization plan of Worcester. We thought that Zoop and the type of product that it offers and the culture that it offers, we thought that would be a good fit right